Hello, everyone. It's Lindsay, and today I'm coming at you with a new project. I know I don't even have time for the projects that I already have, so why start a new one? But this is one that I thought would be pretty casual and easy to incorporate, and something I've been wanting to do for a while. So many of us do gratitude journals during the month of November for Thanksgiving. You know, the whole month of Thanksgiving, we do gratitude documented gratitude, journaling, however you want to word it. And I thought, why not expand that to outside of November and do a whole year of that in a much more informal project. And so I'm going to be using some Felicity Jane Gabby products today and show you how I work on that. But I really want to show you this new journal to me. So this is the new Archer and Olive journals. I got mine from By the Will for God. I will have it linked down below. They did send it to me. And these are gorgeous. I didn't think that I had any need for a bullet journal in my life because I don't do bullet journal. I don't do a lot of journaling type of projects other than Bible journaling, but I don't do a lot of just diary writing or anything like that. But when I saw these, I thought they'd be great for this project. So there are there's a wide variety of different covers, different sizes. There's different paper inserts. There's blank white, dotted grid, and craft, I believe. I'm not quite sure which all ones By the Will for God has, so I will, again, direct you to that part of their shop down below, and you can take a look at all those. But I chose the twin arrow one because I have twin boys, my twin arrows. I thought that was perfect, and it's in one of my favorite colors. So one of the things about these is just the quality of these. This is not going to be your standard Walmart notebook journal. This is something special. And when I opened this up, I was so shocked by the quality of the paper. It really feels like 4 or 5 sheets of paper stuck together. I honestly thought it was like, when you get a new Bible or a new book and the pages are kind of stuck together and you have to go through and kind of open it up. That is not the case. The paper is just that thick in these. And so they're meant to be able to withstand a variety of inks and paints without any shadowing or ghosting, things like that. I have not fully tested out in the back, the products, me, I test all kinds of things, but I have not tested that. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. We can do a full review of that and test things out in the back. But I'm going to just be doing something very casual in here. And so, like I said, I got the one that is the dot grid, but they have a couple other options. I like to have something to start with. If it's just a plain blank page, I feel like I need to add something to it. I need some texture to it. So this gives me a little bit of a jumping off point. I don't feel like I need to do as much. Going ahead in the future, I plan on prepping a couple pages ahead of time, like adding some watercolor to the background, plopping things, kind of like how Allie Brown does, plopping some watercolor and things like that. And then that way I can just go in and journal. It doesn't always have to be some elaborate project in here. But another nice feature is that it lays flat. It has many of these smaller signatures throughout, so it's easier to just lay flat when you're working in it. It does have a pen loop. It has a band closure, which is going to be great because I love all the chunk. And as much as I'm going to avoid things like chipboard pieces, in my unboxings, I always mention that you can peel off the back layers of chipboard and thin them out. That is probably what I will be doing in this, just to make sure I can work in it as long as possible. So for today, I'm going to get a little bit fancier than some of my other entries. Sometimes I'll go all out in like scrapbooking mode, and sometimes it will just be pops of watercolor and lots of journaling. It's going to look different. And as far as daily, I'm going to try to do it daily. I don't know. We'll see. Very informal. I'm talking about today I was thankful that I got a chance to get outside. Today I'm thankful for my coffee. Whatever it is, I just want to end my day being thankful for something that happened in that day and just have a heart of gratitude at the end of each day. And so that's kind of my plan. Today I'm working with, of course, some pretty products because that's just how I like to do. If I'm going to do a project, it's going to be over the top. So I have a photo here from this morning. I have not been able to get out and walk very much for a variety of reasons. You've got COVID and the heat. It's been super hot where I live. We're now got the fire with evacuation notices and all kinds of crazy, but I just had to get out of the house this morning. So I went for a walk and I got to this photo of some neighborhood horses. They were super sweet. They like crossed over the little ravine and came up to get nose rubs. And you've got the haze of the smoke behind them. Overhead was nonstop helicopters carrying water to the fire. And so I just kind of wanted to journal about that. Some of the things that I was able to still enjoy and be thankful for, even as we're sitting here waiting for evacuation notices. And so I went ahead and printed my photo at 3x4 and cut out some papers from the Gabby Collection from Felicity Jane. I also have some die cuts and things like that. Now the kit in its entirety, like the kit bundle, is sold out, but the items are still available a la carte over at the shop, so I'll be sure to list that down below, as well as my unboxing video if you want to see details for all of the Felicity Jane Gabby collection. And then I have these here. Now these are a new die set to me. I will link it down below. I will be doing a full Tip Tuesday video on this die set because I definitely think it needs like its own video to show you how to assemble it. So stay tuned for that. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know down below. This is a die set that I've been lusting after forever because I thought it would be great with Felicity Jane products because it's a layering die set. So it cuts out all these different layers that you then build up. And so since Felicity Jane paper packs have these solid cardstocks, usually in a variety of tones, like here I used a variety of pinks from this collection and some past collections. These leaves were made just from the Gabby collection with the green and the teal, and then I just added a little bit of white gel pen. And I just thought that the papers from Felicity Jane would be perfect for this set. And then I could kind of customize the florals to go along with the florals from Felicity Jane. So if it is still available, I'll link it down below. And you're going to see more of this set next week in another project that I'm doing. So I had a bunch of leftovers, and that's what I pulled to use for today. And then I've got my stamp set. I've got some washi from a past kit, and then the alpha stickers. And the idea is just to kind of give myself a setup and then give me some room to journal about the day. So the journaling will be off camera. Like I said, other days will not be as elaborate as this. It will be simply watercolor and journaling sometimes, and sometimes it'll be more drawn out. I'm just going to make it how I want to do it on that particular day. So let me go ahead and put you guys on fast forward, and we'll put together this gratitude journaling layout. Okay, so I'm going to start by assembling my little photo cluster here. I'm going to attach one of these Gabby labels to my photo first before I stick down all those papers. And I do also have some tissue paper pulled up to layer in there as well. So I know I'm working in this particular bullet journal, but definitely check out the journals over at Felicity Jane as well. I've used so many of those in the past, especially for projects like this. They have A5 size as well as standard traveler's notebook size. And in fact, if you are like me and like to add lots of layers, lots of chunk, lots of things like this, photo layering is probably way too many layers for this notebook. Definitely check out those notebooks from Felicity Jane because they are not as many pages, and so you can do a project like this and then just do multiple notebooks and have your layouts be chunkier. The paper is amazingly smooth. Like I said, I've used so many of the traveler's notebooks and A5 notebooks from Felicity Jane. So while you're over there checking out the Gabby collection, if you haven't already, definitely check out those notebooks as well. And the price point is probably going to be a better price point if you're just trying out a project like this, or if you're new to a project like this, definitely give those journals a go. So I'm going to create little clusters, and so I'm pulled out that washi tape from Felicity Jane and then that die cut from Gabby. I did add a little staple to the top of it before I attached it. Again, I probably shouldn't do that in this notebook, but you know me, I love detail, texture, and lots of chunk. It's just what I do. So here I'm going to go ahead and pull in some of those die cut florals that I created. Again, those were using cardstocks from the Gabby collection as well as past Felicity Jane paper packs. And as of the time that this video is up, I should have that Tip Tuesday up already. I'm going to try to film it right after this, showing how to assemble these and showing the die cuts, you know, the dies and all of that goodness. So if that video has been done and I did not get evacuated, it will be linked down below for you guys and you can check it out. If not, stay tuned. I will have that up very soon. I know there will be lots of questions about how I put together those florals, but the Gabby collection does come with some beautiful floral die cuts like that one in the bottom right hand corner, so you could very easily substitute those in for the florals that I created with the papers. So I'm going to create a little cluster down here as well, and then that cluster up at the top. This is an easy way to do embellishments. If you are kind of overwhelmed with how to add embellishments to a layout, think in clusters like this, and it just kind of breaks it down and makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to let this tag kind of hang off the bottom of the page here. I don't know if you'll be able to hear the helicopter. There's another helicopter going on overhead. Praise God, they are fighting that fire, but it makes it really hard to do voiceovers. And then I'm going to pull in a little bit more of that washi tape down there to bring some yellow over to this page. in addition to the yellow on those florals. So just trying to keep your eye bouncing around with the clusters and the colors. I recently reorganized my die cut pieces and Felicity Jane just ephemera in general. I used to have it in an organizer where they were grouped by category. So like all the tags were together, all the florals were together, you know, yada, yada, yada. And I just wasn't reaching for them that way. And so I pulled them out of that. I've put them all in clear acrylic drawers on my desk, organized by color. And so then that way when I do these clusters, I could, you know, if I want a yellow label or a pink label, I can go to that color coded drawer and sift through it and see if I have a yellow label or a pink label or a yellow, you know, die cut piece that would work for that cluster. And that just happens to work a little bit better for me. So you might want to try that as well. So again, I'm going to use one of those florals that I created, paired that with that label from Gabby, and then I used the Gabby stamp set to stamp today. I love journaling prompt stamps like that because they're so easy to customize. You can mix and match with past Felicity Jane stamps, or like I'm going to do here, I'm going to use the Gabby Alpha. Gina, if you're watching this, we need this size alpha in every color that Felicity Jane has done. Please, because this size of alpha is perfect. The font is amazing. The size is perfect. Really great for creating little miniature titles like this, especially in smaller projects like I'm doing here. But I am going to mix that with the Amber Alpha. If this is still available, I will link it down below. I'm not sure if it's still in the shop, but the colors really went well with the colors in the Gabby collection. And it's a variety of colors, so it was kind of fun to just add pops of the different colors in that title as well. And I left myself some room to do some journaling because that's the whole point of this project. And that's going to be it for the layout. So if you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out that description box for links to everything. Be sure to head on over to the Felicity Jane blog for more close-up photos and details of this project. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.